Hello and welcome to both Tuesday and Wednesday's video dealing with our gummy bear osmosis lab that we are going to go through starting on Tuesday and going into Wednesday. Since it's a dual activity day or a dual day activity, I'll explain what you'll be doing on Tuesday and then go into what you're going to be doing on Wednesday so that you can see collectively where we are going with things. First off, your cell study guide is what you should be working on homework-wise for all this stuff, so make sure that stuff is done. As well, for Thursday is the due date on that. Test is going to be on Friday, as it says right there. But what you'll need to do on both Tuesday and Wednesday is that there are double bell ringers up there, so make sure that you get them answered for both Tuesday and for Wednesday. These are our last two bell ringers of the week because we're not going to do one on Thursday and we're not going to do one on Friday. So make sure that you get your credit for doing the bell ringers for the week there. Monday, Tuesday, and then on Wednesday. You'll open up the assignment that says Gummy Bear Osmosis Lab. Go ahead and bring it up and I'll explain what you can do at home because there are things that you can do even though you aren't here in class. What we're basically going to do, we're going to treat the gummy bear as our cell. And with the gummy bear as a cell, we're going to look at the ability of the cell membrane to let things pass through and not allow things to pass through. This is called diffusion, and we're specifically going to look at the specific tendencies of osmosis, which is letting water pass through our cells. Because we've all had this happen before when you're in a pool for a long time or maybe in the bathtub, your fingers get a little bit wrinkly. Why does that happen? That's what we're going to explore with this lab here. The first thing that you're going to do, there's background information. You're going to read these 3 paragraphs of background information about the cell membrane and about what we're doing in these concepts. And then there are 5 pre-lab questions that you are going to answer. You can do that at home without even being here because that involves just reading and answering questions. So you can do those 5 things. Now, the other thing that I want you to do is that you're going to look through what we are doing as far as the procedure goes. You're not going to be able to collect any data because you won't have the materials at home. What we'll do is that I will give you somebody's data from in class who has it set up. That way you can still compare the numbers. You just won't be able to do the setup of things. So once we get this experiment rolling, we'll be able to set up what your numbers would end up being. We'll use somebody's in class that had good results to give you those results there. So essentially what we're doing is that we're taking each gummy bear and we're measuring the height and width of each gummy bear and then getting the mass of them. So making sure that we're calculating out everything that we need to calculate as far as the gummy bear goes, because we're basically going to see if the water makes the gummy bears grow bigger, shrink, or stay the same size, and water really doesn't affect our cells. Because remember, the gummy bear is representing our cells. So that's kind of what we're dealing with as far as this stuff goes. So there's different steps in there of how to record the height and weight of them. You're not going to be able to do that, but it's there. What you're going to be able to do is give me your hypothesis, which is an if, then, because statement. So if we put the gummy bears in different waters, then what do you think is going to happen to the gummy bears? And if you read it here, we're going to be putting them into 3 types of water. We're going to have just regular tap water, distilled water, which is pure water. There's none of those extra chemicals that get in there because it's ran through, the pipes and whatnot. And then there is salt water that we are going to use. You're going to make your prediction of what's going to happen when you put them into those things of water, and then you're going to give your reasonings. Why do you think it's going to grow, shrink, or stay the same? And that's pretty much it for Tuesday as far as what we can set up, because a lot of this other things are results that you're going to need to do once we get the results from in class. Now, overnight on Tuesday, if I see that you have this open and that you've worked on it, I will open up your file and I will start dropping in numbers. So for on Wednesday, when you pick it up on Wednesday, you'll be able to get the results before and after, and you'll be able to calculate the difference of before and after over here on the side. And you'll end up doing that for each one of these, the tap water, the distilled water, the salt water, There's different places where you can get the percentages. I show you how to calculate out the percentage. You'll make a graph of your data, because it's basically like we're doing the scientific method again here. This is an actual lab we can do involving cells. That's not just looking at things underneath microscopes. So we'll do a graph. There's then questions and analysis section with it, which I need to add one more question to this before we get rocking, which would be if you support or don't support your hypothesis, or not support your hypothesis, and why. So that'll be one of the other questions because we're treating it as a lab report. So we'll do that, and there's a couple of other different questions to go along to just kind of summarize it. And then you're done, and that's what you will be able to do on Wednesday once I get you those numbers. If you don't have any numbers, wait until I provide you with those numbers. And those numbers will come on Wednesday because we have to wait for the results to happen. Once I get results in there, I will start plugging them in for all of you that are absent. If you have any questions whatsoever about how to do anything involving this on either Tuesday or Wednesday, do not hesitate to email me. My email address, we'll do this again. To go here, transition, boom, hey, there it is, right there. There's my email address. Email it up if you have any questions. Otherwise, I hope you're staying safe out there. Hopefully you'll be back with us soon so you can do this stuff in person with us. But take care, and I will see you later.